So the last part we have to do is to generate another assessment Turnitin area, this time specifically for students with a learning support plan, i.e. the timings are a little bit different. So we're still building an assessment, so we hover over assessments and we pick Turnitin assignment. So we have a paper-based assessment, we click next step. And we're back where we were before. We need the title to be meaningful, so again, I've got a pre-written one that I can just copy and paste that says this is an LSP upload area, it's due at 19:30 on the same day, on the 4th of May. So I can copy and paste in there. Again, the point value is 100. We need to set the start date, which is May the 4th at 1:30 p.m. And then we need to set the due date, and the due date is the same day, May the 4th. But this time, because we've got this extended deadline for LSP students, it's 7:30 p.m. So we've got 4th of May, and we've got 7:30. When I click in there, that will put that there. And the post date will be the same as it was before, which effectively is the week after my board, so I can put the 29th of June in there. We can click on optional settings again, and again, special instructions. I've already got the special instructions written from previously, so I can copy those and put those in there. So the rest of the settings, it will typically remember what we had before, so you can have exactly the same submissions as details before in terms of options. The submission after deadline, no, similarity reports, all the same standard stuff we had in the last one. And then we just quite simply click submit. Yes, we know it's going to take more than 2 weeks to send the feedback, that's okay. And we have now created that Turnitin assignment for the LSP students. Now, the bit that's a bit clever about this is what we've now generated is we've generated another Turnitin assessment area, specifically that's got a different time in it. But right now, it's going to show both of these to all students. So the bit that we've also got sorted out, hopefully to make it easier for you, is we have another spreadsheet that I'm going to make available, which is every single student for every single module in the university with the learning support plan has already been identified, and there's a report you can get from QLS that gives you the enrolment number. Sadly, Blackboard doesn't deal with enrolment number, it deals with student ID. And this is every single student ID on every module that has a learning support plan. As you can see, it's a lot of stuff. So what we actually need here is all the students for this module, which is problem solving, that have got a learning support plan. So I'm very quickly going to show you how to generate this. From this spreadsheet, the easiest way, you can just scroll down until you find the module you want. But the easiest way to do it is to click Control F. What Control F does is it opens up a find screen, and you can type in the module code you're dealing with and just click Find Next. It will automatically go all the way down this list to find the students on CMP 1032 that have got a learning support plan. And here's the bit that we've done a little bit of data manipulation for you already. If you just click one cell to the right, every student you need that's got a learning support plan for this module is in that cell. So all you now need to do is Control C, which is copy, and that's copying all the student data, all the student enrollment IDs that have got learning support plans for problem solving. So I've got those now in my pasteboard. If I go back to Blackboard and this Turnitin submission area for LSPs, you'll see this little grey chevron here. It's called a drop-down bar. If you click on that little chevron, you get the opportunity to turn this into what's called an adaptive release. And if you click adaptive release, what that actually says is, tell me what you want to adapt this for. Do you either want to change the date of it? Well, that's already been set because we did that previously. Do you want to change other clever bits that make this available only to certain students? And all we want is what we call a membership. So if you click in this box here called username, it brings up any other username fields data you've already put in before. But if I click in that box and now just click Control V, what that's now doing is it's copying all the student IDs from this spreadsheet that have got learning support plans for this module, and it's put them into that username box. And now all I need to do is click submit. It will say it's got a date. That means some people won't be able to see it at certain points. That's fine. That's exactly what we want. So I've clicked OK. What it now does is it will tell you it's created a rule up here. You get this little message at the top that says it's created a rule. But this now is only available, this particular one is only available from the 4th of May 2020 at 1:30. That's the only point it will become available to anybody. But you'll see it now says enabled adaptive release. The only people that can see that one are students who've got a learning support plan. So at 6 p.m, when the initial deadline is met, this particular upload area will disappear for all students, but this one will still be visible until 7:30, and it will only be visible to those students that have got learning support plans. So we can then cater for students submitting an hour and a half after other students because they have learning support plans that are available to them. So that process of an adaptive release makes that a really useful process for us to be able to handle separate multiple submission areas, some of which are extended and some of which aren't. Hopefully that will be clear and you will understand the whole process. That's the end. Thank you for listening.